Hello friends, this is Holmes, a first-time farmer over 50. Welcome to the homestead. So what we're looking at today is our 6-acre project that we're going to work on here in 2025. So I'm starting here at the top of it. We are just below the yard, and we're going to head on down so you can see what we're going to be doing. So the 6-acre project is going to run from this wash here over to the wash down there over the hill. I don't know if you can, how well you can see it. You see those logs laying down there at the bottom, right below that big tree. You see that just beyond it? That's basically where the wash is. So we're just going to take a quick stroll down through here, looking east and west, so you can see what we're doing, or what we will be doing. Now this is a flat ridge, and as I've mentioned in past videos, there's nothing flat here on Homestead Ridge, but this is about as close to flat as we get. And this actually was going to be, when I first started thinking about farming this land, this was going to be my initial project, and I was just going to use 4 acres of it. And as time went on, I began to look around the property more and just started developing other ideas and other ways of doing things, and how other options might be better than just doing this. So I've started doing clearing on other parts of the property. This past summer we cleared out just over 5 acres. So in 2024, cleared out just over 5 acres. So that's been pretty good. And then this area here again, 6 acres. And it goes from wash to wash. And we're walking right down the middle of the flat area. And as you can see, it looks pretty flat through here. I'm just on a very, very mild slope as I walk along. And then it's kind of flat over here too, and then it drops down into the wash. And then on this side, it goes over just a very short distance and then slopes down into that wash. A lot of trees from a chop and drop I did back over the summer. I think it was back in August. Just cut down the trees, small trees. Needed to come down, but I didn't feel like cleaning them up at that time. So I just left them lay there, and we'll get them cleaned up later. I definitely like or prefer cleaning them up as I drop them, just because when you come back later, you don't have that mess, you know. It looks much nicer. It looks like this. But there are some benefits in doing chop and drops. One is you just feel like you get a lot done, you know. Normally you cut down a tree and then you spend all kinds of time cleaning it up, and it takes forever. When you just chop them and drop them, you can look at the canopy or lack thereof, and you know, you feel like you got quite a bit accomplished. And then too, if you leave them lay for a couple of years and then come back, the upper branches have all dried out and they're very easy to clean up. So that's one of the benefits, but it kind of depends upon my state of mind at the moment when I'm, you know, do I just need a quick, you know, just do a quick job, something that'll make me feel like I got a lot accomplished in a short period of time, or, you know, do I want to have the whole thing cleaned up and be able to look at it and, you know, feel that the accomplishment of getting the whole job done. Alright, so where we are now, we're probably about 150 or so feet from the back of the property line, looking over to the west, and we're looking south and over toward the east. And this area right here was a piece of guerrilla silvopasture that I worked on over the summer. Neighbors last year, there's a big chunk of that tree right there, the one that kind of does the bend off to the right. A section of that had fallen onto a maple tree. It had been hanging there for like 15 years, and I was going to mess with it, so neighbors came over, cut down the maple tree and the associated oak limb, and got that all cleared up. There's still some stuff laying there, still needs to be cleaned up, but compared to the way it was, it's much better. And then this is from chop and drop, so we'll get to that later. Another maple tree, part of the chop and drop. Bunch of maple trees over here. And then this area through here, this is basically a half an acre where back on March the 3rd, pretty sure it was March 3rd of 2023, we lost 3 good-sized maple trees. 2 were good-sized, one was really big. And they created quite a hole in the canopy when they fell, and left quite a mess on the ground. So I spent quite a bit of time cleaning all of that up. And so this area here, like I said, is about half an acre that's in pretty decent shape. It looks like a mess now. That's because of the chop and drop from last summer. There's a bunch of smaller trees that are laying through there, and you're seeing their branches. But we'll get in there and get those cleaned up, and this will look a whole lot better when we get it finished. More chop and drop stuff. Back over to the west. And we are quickly approaching the property line. There's a big red oak. He was a part of a big timber video I did a couple years back. All this stuff, all this needs to be cleaned up around him. So, and there we go. So this is the center portion of the 6-acre project that we'll be doing this summer, or actually this whole year, all of 2025. So I want to just give you a good idea of what we're going to be doing. And throughout the summer we'll take more video so you can see how we progress. So we appreciate you watching. Please hit like and subscribe and ring that bell. And we look forward to seeing you again in the future. But if not, we're going to see you in the pasture.